Once upon a time, there was a young sailor named Marco who loved the sea. He had spent most of his life on ships, exploring distant lands and marveling at the wonders of the ocean. Despite his adventures, Marco often felt a sense of emptiness and wondered what his true purpose in life was. One day, while sailing through a particularly treacherous part of the ocean, a violent storm hit. Marco's ship was tossed about by the fierce waves, and he found himself clinging to a piece of debris as the ship sank. He drifted for days, exhausted and lost, with no land in sight. Just when he thought all hope was lost, Marco spotted a small island on the horizon. With the last of his strength, he paddled towards it and finally reached the shore. The island was lush and beautiful, but it was also deserted. As Marco explored the island, he came across an old, weathered journal buried in the sand. Curious, Marco opened the journal and began to read. It belonged to a sailor who had been stranded on the island many years before. The journal detailed the sailor's struggle to survive, but more importantly, it chronicled his journey of self-discovery. The sailor had used his time on the island to reflect on his life, his dreams, and his purpose. Inspired by the journal, Marco decided to follow the same path. He spent his days exploring the island, finding food, and building shelter. But more importantly, he spent his time reflecting on his life and what truly mattered to him. He realized that while he loved the adventure of sailing, he had always felt a deeper calling to help others. One day, Marco noticed smoke rising from the other side of the island. He hurried towards it and discovered a small village hidden in the dense jungle. The villagers welcomed him warmly, and Marco soon learned that they were in dire need of help. Their island was often hit by storms, and they lacked the skills and resources to protect themselves and rebuild. Seeing their plight, Marco's purpose became clear. He used his knowledge of sailing and navigation to teach the villagers how to build stronger boats and shelters. He showed them how to read the weather patterns and prepare for storms. Marco's efforts transformed the village, making it safer and more resilient. Years passed, and Marco became a beloved and respected leader in the village. The sense of emptiness he once felt was replaced by a profound sense of fulfillment and joy. He had found his purpose in helping others and making a meaningful difference in their lives. One day, a ship appeared on the horizon. It was a rescue ship searching for survivors from the storm that had sunk Marco's ship. When the rescuers reached the island, they were amazed at the thriving village and the remarkable man who had helped transform it. Marco was offered a chance to return to his old life, but he chose to stay. He had found his true purpose and a new family in the village. He continued to live a life of adventure and discovery, but now, every day was filled with meaning and purpose. Moral of the story: the purpose of life is often found in helping others and making a positive impact on the world. Like Marco, we may need to go through challenges and self-reflection to discover what truly matters to us. When we align our actions with our deeper values and desires, we find fulfillment and joy. Purpose is not just about personal achievements but about how we contribute to the well-being of others and the world around us.